Welcome to the SI Academy of Class 8th, first chapter crop production and management. In our previous video, we discussed that the uses of fertilizers, correct? We discussed completely uses of fertilizers as well as the disadvantage of fertilizers. Means if you use more fertilizers, it will cause us soil pollution. We discussed that. Okay, so these are the one type of replenishment to the nutrients in a soil, correct? Another method or another type of method is there to increase the soil fertility, that is called as adding manure, right? Adding manure, you already know that manure means it is prepared from the decaying particle of plant and animals product or animal waste. Okay, that is called as what? Manure. You already learned in your previous classes, also in your 7th or 6th studies, right? Now the use of manure improves the soil texture as well as its water retaining capacity. Okay, the main two advantage of manure using in the soil field means first will increase the texture of the soil, and also it will increase the water retaining capacity, means it will hold more water when it passes through it. So these are the two major advantages of using manure instead of fertilizers. It replenishes the soil with nutrients, also it will give the nutrients to the soil, and also it improves the texture of the soil, and also helps in the water retaining capacity. These are the three major advantages of using manure in a soil. And it does another major important part of using manure in a crop field is means it does not cause us any soil pollution as compared to fertilizers. Remember, this is the very important point or a difference between fertilizer and manure. It will cause us, fertilizer will cause us a soil pollution, and a fertilizer will cause us a soil pollution, and manure does not cause us any pollution. Remember that. So we can add two type of method is there to get replenish the soil. So new replenish the soil or replenish the nutrients. Okay, one is adding fertilizers, correct? And second one is what? Adding manure. So these are the only two method we can produce or we can replenish the soil structure and adding manure, adding nutrients to it. Means okay, not only to, another method is known as what? Crop rotation. This is the one type of method is there, but basically these are the two methods we can increase the soil in the nutrients and also texture of the soil. Another point is what? Crop rotation. Another method is to increase the soil fertility, we using a crop rotation. Another method of replenishing the soil with the nutrients is crop rotation. This can be done by growing different crops alternatively. Okay, so what is crop rotation means? So in a crop field we are growing for one season a crop, means in next season or next time we grow another crops. Okay, as the time goes us, we are changing one crop to the another crop. For example, here wheat is there, next will be sunflower, next will be what again, it may be like paddy, right? It may be next again groundnut. Okay, variety of crops can be grown in a same field, that called as what? Crop rotation. So different types of crop can be grown in a particular area, that is called as a crop rotation. Earlier farmers in northern India used to grow legumes as a fodder in one season and wheat in the next season. In a same field, in a same crop field, first season the farmers are grown as legumes, and in the next season in that same field is instead of legume they are growing now what? wheat. Okay, they are rotating, means they are rotating the crops. One season is grown one crop, means in next season they are not growing the same crop. Instead of that, they are growing a different one. So this helped the replenishment of the soil with nitrogen. Okay, what is that use of crop rotation method? Means mainly that method will increases the percentage of nitrogen in the soil. Okay, that replenish or increase the or high makes the concentration of nitrogen very high in the soil. Farmers are being encouraged to adopt this practice. Okay, nowadays the modern technology as well as some government facilities centers are advising the farmers to take this type of methods to increase the yield as well as the to increase the increase the nutrients in the soil by using this method, or that is a crop rotation. So this is a very important method. By doing this we can increase the soil fertility, plus we can increase the texture of the soil, plus we can replenish the nutrients in them. In the previous classes we have learnt about ribosodium bacteria. Okay, so what is which type of bacteria? It is a ribosodium bacteria. So these are what we can call these are microorganisms. What is here micro means what? Very small. So small organisms, so we are not seen with our naked eyes, but we can see with only our with using a microscope. So these are present in the nodules of roots of leguminous plants. Okay, these ribosodium bacteria present in what? Roots of the leguminous plants. They fix atmospheric nitrogen. Remember that which bacteria fix the nitrogen in the atmosphere? Means ribosodium bacteria. Remember that this is a very important question for your higher class also and for your 8th standard also. Which bacteria fix the nitrogen in the atmosphere? Means ribosodium bacteria. Very important point. So okay, so from this we discussed that difference between now we'll know that what is fertilizer, correct? What is fertilizer, and also we know that what is a manure, and advantage of fertilizer and disadvantage of fertilizers and advantage of manure we already know that. So now we'll discussing what is the major difference between manure and fertilizers. Okay, so this is a very important question for your exam purpose. Okay, so write the difference between fertilizer and manure. They may be asked. First point, fertilizer is what? Man-made inorganic salt. Okay, first point is fertilizer is a man-made inorganic salt, and manure is a natural substance. It is a man-made, it is a natural substance obtained by the decomposition of cattle dung and plant residues. You already know that it is a freshly prepared by the what? Plant source and animal source, like cattle dung and plant residues means waste. Okay, after harvesting vegetable waste, that's all are we are used, and they will decompose by the bacteria, and they will produce called manure. Okay, this is a fertilizer means what? It is a man-made means what? In the factories, correct? Next, fertilizers are prepared in the factories. They are man-made means it will be prepared from the factories only. Manure can be prepared in fields. Okay, it is prepared in fields, but it can be prepared in only factories, because it is the man-made, it is naturally occurring. Fertilizer does not provide any humus to the soil. Okay, another disadvantage or another difference between manure and fertilizer means fertilizer does not provide any humus to the soil. Okay, next comes here, what is the meaning of humus? Means humus is the decaying particle of animals, is called as what? Humus. Okay, remember that humus is what? Decaying particle of animals are called as humus. It does not increases the humus in the soil. Okay, also here humus is helpful for the soil. It will increase the texture as well as the it will helps in the microorganism in the soil, okay, that are very useful for the growth of the plant as well as the texture of the soil, okay. That is why it is very important to the soil. Which one? Humus. But the fertilizer does not provide or provide to the humus to the water soil. When we added fertilizer to the soil, it does not provide any humus to the crop field. Manure provides lot of humus to the soil, okay. Manure will provide the lot of humus to the soil. This is the main difference between them. Fertilizer are very rich in plant nutrients, okay. Another major difference means the fertilizers are provide more nutrients compared to the manure. What, why this is having means, because fertilizers are what, man-made. We are adding, we are preparing which type of nutrients we want, according to that we are preparing. So we are only preparing, but it is naturally occurring, it is already available in the nature. So it is what less available or less nutrients compared to the compared to the water fertilizers, okay. Last point is what, fertilizers are very rich in plant nutrients like nitrogen, phosphorus and potassium. These fertilizers are very rich in what, NPK. What is NPK? Nitrogen, phosphorus and potassium are rich in fertilizers. Manure is relatively less rich in plant nutrients. These are also contain nutrients, okay. Manure, we cannot say that manure not contain any kind of nutrients, but it contain but less compared to the what, and fertilizers, okay. So these are the some major major difference between fertilizers and manures, okay. Understood? Thank you for watching. Please subscribe my channel and share with your friends. Thank you.